Everyone was running. Everyone was screaming. And then I saw white before my eyes. My eyes open. The air was cold and still. I couldn't move. Above me, I saw faces, familiar ones, looking down through a narrow frame of earth. My mother was crying uncontrollably, my father holding her hand. My brother stood frozen beside them. My best friend Evie was sobbing, her boyfriend holding her close. Around them were all my friends, their faces pale with disbelief. Why is everyone so sad? Even the priest who used to visit my family was there, holding his book. Then I saw Lucas, the quiet boy from class, the one who once confessed his love to me with the song I share a name with. He stood apart, tears falling silently, just like he did when I rejected him with everyone watching. And then, her. My stepmother with her red lips and blue eyeshadow, the only calm one. What was she doing here? Why did she even come? I tried to speak, but no sound came out. I don't remember what happened before. That's when I realized the truth. I wasn't alive anymore. I was in my coffin at my own funeral.
After I took my time to process what had happened and acknowledge the fact that I was dead, but somehow still able to walk among the living, I struggled to crawl out of my own grave. I was still a little dizzy and confused, not knowing what was real or not anymore, and made my way through the crowd, past all my family and friends. It was evident that none of them could see me, so I just ignored them and tried to gather my thoughts and remember what had happened that night. Was there an attack? Did someone else get killed too? Who did it? And most importantly, why was I stuck in the world of the living and not in heaven, hell, or whatever place people say you go once your time runs out? The pain in the back of my head was killing me, and I couldn't focus. I looked around me hopelessly and cried. Suddenly, I noticed a figure walking through the gravestones, making its way up to me. I gasped when I saw it was an old man with a disfigured face and a head cracked open. He just stared at me for a while, then sat down next to my gravestone and read my name. "Hi, Michelle," he said. I was too stunned and terrified to speak, so I just let him continue. "I know you're confused, but you're probably wondering why you're still here like me. I'm also dead and have been here for a while. Sometimes dead people's spirits get stuck in this world and don't find the afterlife immediately after death. That usually means they still have a purpose in this world, or certain unfinished business that doesn't allow them to rest in peace." I stood up and paced back and forth, absorbing everything in shock. When I turned around to thank him, he was gone. I tried to make sense of what he had told me and came to the conclusion that if I somehow managed to find out who had killed me, it would bring me closure and allow me to rest. At first, I thought the easiest way to do it was to just look it up online, as a murder in a small city would definitely be the headline of the national news. All I could find was that the actors at the House of Terror were the main suspects. However, it was unknown who actually did it, since they all denied it and stated that they were just doing their job and using only fake weapons and props. Well, that didn't help much. I was clearly targeted since I was the only victim. The news was irrelevant, so I decided to solve the mystery myself by going back to the very beginning.
It was just a normal day, but for everyone else it was the best night of autumn, Halloween. I never really liked Halloween. It always felt morbid to me. Why would anyone celebrate fear, blood, and death? Still, I had to put on a smile and go to the Halloween Carnival and House of Terror that my best friend Evie planned for tonight. Before that though, I had to face the real horror. My father shouting for me to come down to breakfast for the 10th time. By the time I finally made it to the kitchen, my brother had already left, but my dad was still waiting for me. And then I saw her, Annie, his new wife, my so-called stepmother. But she was no matter to me. I quickly grabbed 2 pancakes, hoping to make the moment pass faster. So, what are you dressing up as, Michelle? Annie asked with a fake smile. I think Evie will be an angel, and I'll be the devil. That's great! Can I help you with anything? I wanted to say, well, you already helped me by being a real-life example of a devil, but the worst didn't come out. My father had met Annie while he was still with my mom, and now I had to pretend that living in the same house as her was completely fine. I have to get ready for tonight, I lied quickly, standing up. Later, Evie came to pick me up. Our costumes were complementing each other so great. She was always a kind and positive one. An angel, while I tended to shut myself in and see the worst in others, just like devils do. When we arrived at the carnival, I was shocked by how many people were crammed into a tiny house. The moment we entered, fear swallowed me whole. The air was heavy, making it so hard to breathe. Spiderwebs hung from every corner, while fake blood dripping everywhere made my stomach twist. Dim red lights flickered across the walls, revealing broken mirrors and mannequins with cracked faces. All I could hear were slow footsteps, and all I could feel was the fear created by the actors playing famous horror movie characters. Then, in the blink of an eye, a sharp pain exploded in the back of my head. Everyone was running, everyone was screaming, and then I saw black before my eyes.